Hello again, Capricorn. So before we begin your reading, I have two cards for you, one from Lay Vampire and one from Chakra Wisdom. And what you pulled here was a little rough. So from Lay Vampire, you pulled the Monster Within, internal struggle, personal challenges, wanting to improve. This card speaks about knowing that you can turn your flaws and your faults into your strengths. And then it also speaks about needing to use discipline to create new ways of dealing with difficulties and frustrations in your life. And then on top of that, from Chakra Wisdom, you pulled grief. Now, grief speaks about honoring your grief, honoring your pain. This is saying that what we reveal, we can heal. This is about the healing process. So with this one showing up, you could be missing someone or something, but you're definitely not afraid of the sadness right now. And I think with the Monster Within on top of that is saying that whatever hurt feelings you're dealing with here, you're definitely doing the right thing in dealing with them. This isn't something that's getting buried underneath the surface. You're recognizing it and you're dealing with it in a more constructive way instead of self-defeating. Okay, Capricorn, here is the energy coming through. The Page of Swords. Seeing this as a signifier, I don't know, I automatically feel like conflicting messages. So the Page of Swords is a signifier. I mean, there's two ways to look at this, and we'll have to see what unfolds here. But this could be telling you that you need to be brave. You need to be brave. You need to be courageous and not worry about the obstacles in your path right now, which, you know, would make sense with what you pulled in the Oracle cards. But I worry that this may be the messenger of conflict. And in the past, so the Four of Swords is all about needing to take a break. This is about literally putting up your swords and taking a moment to reflect and meditate. So it's like looking at the two, the immediate thought for me is, oh, there was a conflicting message. And now you're like, wait a minute, I have to sit and think about this for a minute. I'm not ready to take action just yet. And in the present, yeah, something's going on here. I feel like the messages that are coming through to you are not only causing conflict, but man, it is overwhelming. The Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is one of those cards where very rarely have I ever started a reading where the 10 is the first thing to show up. When that happens, I know that I can't do that reading because there's just too much going on for that person. This is just, it's overburdened, overwhelming. And the problem with the Ten of Wands is that the person that's carrying these wands can't see anything else in front of them. So whatever conflicting messages are coming through right now, it's like it stopped you in your tracks because it's like you just got hit with a ton of bricks is what it feels like. Future conditions. So whatever it is that's going on right now with the Six of Pentacles, it's telling you to stay open. The Six of Pentacles is all about being open to giving and receiving. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to mean monetary wealth. I mean, if there was a heavy presence of Pentacles, yeah, it could suggest needing to give or receive money. But here I feel like this is about being open to give and receive information. Even though it may feel like a ton of bricks, if you're open to it, you know, and take a minute to think about what's being said to you right now, it might offer some clarity. But again, you know, the Six of Pentacles is all about being open, staying open to giving and receiving. And I worry here. I worry that whatever messages are coming through are causing some pain. There's some sadness there, but it's not something that you're hiding. It's not getting pushed down underneath the surface. It's something that wants to be dealt with right now. Because otherwise the Monster Within wouldn't have showed up. Because again, that's about wanting to improve yourself and dealing with your own personal issues. But I don't know. I feel like for some of you, the messages that are coming through are just too much. But there's something that's saying that you need to stay open to what's being told to you right now. Oh, the best path to follow, the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords, seeing that as the best path to follow, is telling you that you need to accept the ending of the old. It may be a painful ending. And, you know, again, with the 10, it's like hitting rock bottom. But you can't go anywhere else but up from here. You know, and yeah, you can't go anywhere else but up. I mean, if you're dealing with some internal struggles, yeah, it's time to accept it, and now it's time to get back up. So, and then also with the Ten of Swords, you are being released. You are being released from harmful arrangements, agreements, things like that. You know, and seeing that underneath that page, yeah, you're being released from whatever harmful things that are being said. But it's like you need to be open to hearing it, because it's not something that should be ignored because of that Four of Swords sitting there. It's like something you're meditating on, but it's, man, it's like a ton of bricks. And look at the tens. This is the end. There is a new beginning in sight. Oh, the influences around you. The Knight of Cups. Seeing that, to me, is like, you know, to me, these two are conflicting. You know, and if we were looking at these as people, you know, the Page of Swords could suggest an air sign. And then you have this water sign. And they're both giving you messages. But they're conflicting. And it's like there needs to be an end to this. So now the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is like the messenger of love, romance, and creativity. And this could be somebody offering you something. But it's like there's an opposing force here. You know, if the Knight of Cups were somebody who was like trying to emotionally manipulate you or hurt you emotionally, I would have thought that he would be the signifier. But like in your environment right now, there's somebody trying to offer you something. But that page is like blocking it. My goodness. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Your hopes and your fears, the Lovers. The Lovers is all about the bonding between two people. This is about putting love first in your life. So yeah, it's like somebody is trying to offer you this love, but it's being blocked. And yeah, it's like this page is like, when you look at the pages, now with this being a general reading, when you look at it as a person, the Page of the Page of Swords is somebody who is young, has a very young mentality. And I feel like this person is just creating this conflict, but then there's somebody else in the background going, hey, you know, I'm here. My goodness. And then, you know, the Lovers also speaks about the duality, the male and the female that is within all of us, the yin and the yang, the light and the dark. I feel like you have two like opposing forces going on in your life right now. One could be an air sign, one could be water. One is telling you something different than the other. And it is overwhelming. And your best path to follow is saying there needs to be an ending here. There needs to be an ending of conflict. And I think that 6 is there telling you to stay open to, you know, even though you have these messages coming through, that there's something else coming through too that you might need to stay open to. Oh, and the outcome. Shit, Capricorn. I don't know what is going on here, but I feel like you have two people around you and two people telling you two different things. Justice. This is saying that whatever wrongs are being done right now, they're going to be corrected. There's going to be balance. Justice is all about needing to make amends for past wrongs. And this is also about knowing that whatever wrongs have been done to you will be corrected. And it's like you need to stay open. You need to stay open to, and as much as I hate to say this, the more that I look at this with this page and this Knight, you need to stay open to both messages that are coming through from these people. It's going to be overwhelming, but I feel like if you stay open to it you might find love in your life. And then on top of that, whatever wrongs are being done here are going to be corrected for sure. And again, you know, with the Ten of Swords, you're being released. You're being released from pain. Which, you know, with this, yes. And again, with grief, you're not hiding that pain. You're not hiding it. It's being dealt with. And again, you're looking to improve yourself. And internal struggles, yeah, of course there's going to be internal struggles if you've got two opposing forces going, well, this and that, and this and that, and this and that. But something is telling you to stay open right now to both of the messages that are coming through. And there will be an end to the grief. The grief and that feeling of being overwhelmed. Whatever is coming to you right now, it's going to be intense. Both these messages that are coming through are going to be something that you're not expecting for sure. But in your hopes and your fears, you're hoping for a connection, a loving connection. And then on top of that, with justice, you know, you're going to have balance. Wrongs are going to be corrected here. But you need to stay open. Stay open to whatever messages are coming through here, even though it may be causing some pain and this feeling of endings. But once these are done, the door will open for a new beginning here. So whatever you're hearing, stay open to those messages and take a minute to think about it. You know, you're going to be, in the moment, it's going to be so overwhelming, but I feel like you're going to pull out of this. But I would listen very carefully to both of the messages that are coming through, because one is just, it's creating conflict. The other one is trying to offer you something, is what I feel like. And that offering may have to do with having a connection, a loving connection. And then, you know, again, whatever wrongs were done are going to be corrected. Okay, Cap, this one is a little intense. And man, this one really pulled me in hardcore. You have two opposing forces going on. This one is dominating the situation right now. And the messages that are coming through there, I feel like are conflicting to what this one is trying to tell you. It's like these two opposing forces are fighting each other for you, almost. And I really feel like this person here is trying to offer you a connection. A loving connection, and something is blocking it, and it's going to be really intense and really overwhelming. But the Six of Pentacles is saying to stay open, and if you need to, stop for a minute and take a minute to meditate and reflect on these messages that are coming through to you. And, you know, I feel like whatever comes through may be causing a little bit of grief and sadness, but the good news with this card is that you're not pushing it down beneath the surface. This isn't something that's going to be hidden, because this card speaks about honoring your grief, honoring that pain and allowing it to change your life and going through that healing process. And with the Justice, yes, there is going to be a healing process, and there will be balance back in your life. And again, whatever wrongs are done here on either side, it will be corrected. There will be balance. Amends will be made. Now, on top of that, there is this need to improve yourself as well. So I feel like out of the conflicting messages that are coming into you right now, when you look at this and the Four of Swords, you are taking a minute to meditate on you and on your personal struggles and how this situation is going to make you feel. But you're going to do the right thing here, because again, with the Monster within, it speaks about changing those difficulties and those frustrations in your life, using it in a different way. Using discipline to look at these situations differently. So, you know, I feel like you're going to do the right thing here as far as dealing with whatever painful feelings are going to come out of this, because whatever is coming through is going to be really overwhelming. But your hope is beautiful to see. To me, it's saying that you're hoping for that loving connection, which I feel like is what this one is offering. But again, out of all of this, there will be balance. But stay open. Stay open to the messages that are coming through to you right now. And do what you need to do to meditate on that and really think about it. That way, the answers will be a little bit more clear to you. And again, remember here that these are emotions that are not being shoved down underneath the surface. You're doing the right thing here by dealing with these emotions.